翔平のあの言葉は一生大切にする。俺は翔平やベッツのような超人にはなれない。だからみんなが心地よくプレーできる環境を作る道を選んだ。
どうも大谷です。2025年のワールドシリーズ絶対絶命の窮地で放たれた執念の守備と執念の一振り。運命を変えたのは一人のベテランの無欲の魂だったようです。そして世界を揺らした同点弾の直後、大谷翔平が囁いた言葉がスター軍団ドジャースを陰で支える兄貴ことミゲル・ロハスの運命を変えたようです。さらになぜ彼は佐々木朗希に背番号を譲り己を捨ててまで仲間に尽くすのかということで、今回はドジャースを最強の便利屋として支えた男の熱い思いとワールドシリーズのあの名場面の真実を一緒に見ていきます。ロハス好きだわ。あと札幌飲みたくなるよ。
If it's not for Miguel Rojas, there's no way that the Los Angeles Dodgers are back-to-back World Series champions. And we're talking about real history, but you know, it's not always been a great ride for you. I mean, there's always ups and downs in anybody's career. You've been other places. Like you said, we talked to you 10 years ago. What keeps you, because it's hard to have a fire for a long time for anything. What keeps you competing and leading? You know, even on days that you're not playing, there's still leadership in the clubhouse. What keeps you doing that year in and year out, keeps you engaged in that way?
I just feel like the mentality that I have, you know, like I knew I wasn't going to be like that superstar that is Shohei Ohtani or Mookie Betts or Freddie Freeman. There's so many of them, you know, like not everybody can beat that guy. But, I mean, every clubhouse, every organization needs these guys that kind of put themselves aside and kind of help everybody else to feel better and to do their job a little bit easier. And I feel like that's something that I always live through in baseball and in life too. If I make you better, my job is going to be a little bit easier. So that's what I try to do ever since I came to the Dodgers. They were really honest with me. They told me, you're going to be a utility guy on this team. I need you to bring your presence, your leadership, and everything that you've been going through with the Marlins organization. I know I didn't win there, but I still like got a lot of experience from like leading a clubhouse, being the veteran in that clubhouse. And when I came here, I just like continued to be myself and trying to help everybody to get better. And I think that's why my mentality of always being ready for my opportunity, and instead of like asking for time or being mad because I wasn't playing every day. And like you say, my career has been through up and downs, but I never quit on my abilities. I always believe in myself, and I feel like I knew my opportunity was going to come. I didn't know that it was going to be in Game 7 of the World Series, and I was going to hit a home run that tied the game to give us an opportunity.
Yeah. Exactly right.
To be honest with you guys, I'm more proud of the way that I play in Game 6 because I put a display on my defense, which is something that that a lot of people know me for. They know me for my defense, and I feel like that's the reason why Dave Roberts put me in the lineup, not to hit a home run, but to play my defense, to inject that energy that I could bring, because I was making jokes with the hitting coaches that my body was really fresh because I haven't played in a long time. So I got all that energy from all the energy drinks that I was taking, and I put it all in that Game 6. So yeah,
it's not just the pitchers that drink the energy drinks. You guys too.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have some of the bullpen guys come over here, and the amount of energy drinks they drink is like dangerous. Peligroso.
It's crazy. So many energy drinks to play 162 games in 185.
Yeah.
Plus all the travel, not sleeping on the plane because you play cards the whole night. So yeah, and we're getting older. We're not a young team. We got a lot of mid-30s guys on this team. So that can be a positive but a negative at the same time.
Well, you brought it up, the defense. So let's I mean, shoot, we get to the big stuff straight out the gate here. So what was the tougher play? Was it Game 6 and digging that thing out for the game-ending double play, or was it throwing that ball home? And I mean, it's a fraction of an inch from losing the World Series and extending the game and ended up winning it in 11.
Yeah, you just answered the.
So which one was? They were both huge. Was there one that was a harder play to make?
Game 7, play at the play, because it's a do or die play. You know, like if you misplay the ball, if you bobble the ball, if you don't make a great throw, game's over. Game 6, I mean, I did my best to kind of keep the ball in front of me, but we still got an opportunity to win the game after because we got 2 outs. Obviously, you want to finish the game there. You don't want to give them another opportunity to score runs. But it was a great play. Don't get me wrong. But Game 7 is bases loaded, 1 out, and if you don't make the play, you lose the World Series. And all the work that you do throughout the year is kind of like empty because you didn't win.
So just like when you fielded that ball, you're obviously way up on the grass right there. Did it, because it looks like it was not an easy throw. You kind of have the ball here. Kind of take us through. Did it get on you quick? Did it take a weird bounce? Because that was not an easy exchange to get that thing fired off.
Yeah, no. For a lot of people who don't know, we play in a regular grass in LA in majority of the fields. In Toronto, got this artificial grass. So the ball bounced different on the artificial grass, and you could see in practice we were missing a lot of ground balls when we were taking like infield in. Like in the position that I was. And I felt like when the ball was hitting with this like weird top spin and I have to go backwards on it. When I catch it, I kind of stumble a little bit. I lose my my foot there and kind of like, I don't know how I regroup and I planted my feet and I make a good throw. But that's what happened. When the ball was hit, I took a bad route to the ball. I didn't go straight to the ball. I went back just because of the I was thinking about the back hops that this ball take. But I'm glad that I gloved it and I play my feet and I make a good throw. But it was amazing. It still give me anxiety every time I
You just think about it?
Yeah, I think about it because you can see my reaction. I put my hands on my knees and I was just like being grateful that we got that out.
We're live inside the locker room, brought to you by Sapporo. As we have, is this cold?
It's cold. I mean, should we crack them?
You know Miguel has a Sapporo tattoo. I didn't know that.
You want to crack them, Miguel? There we go.
Yeah, good.
Of course.
Let's crack them.
Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Yamas.
My favorite beer right here.
That's right. And brought to you by Verizon and our friends. We're talking to a real hero of the Ciudad and beyond, Miguel Rojas. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about that home run.
You always hear, like, a lot of times with players, they'll say, oh, well, you know, when you hit the home run, what were you looking? And they usually say, like, I wasn't looking to hit a home run. I've got to believe 3-2, Shohei Ohtani's on deck. You really probably weren't thinking of hitting a home run, were you? Or was that pitch so grooved that it changed? It's hard for us to fathom, like, a spherical object coming at 95 miles an hour, and you can make those sort of split-second decisions. So kind of what went into that swing?
Yeah, the thing is, like, he kept me like thinking and guessing what he's gonna throw, you know, because I guessed wrong from the beginning. You know, I guessed that he was gonna throw me a fastball away because I just got a good base hit in my second at bat against Scherzer with a slider, with a hanging slider. I hit it to left, and I felt like, okay, I got a hit against the slider. He's probably gonna attack me a little bit different. He don't wanna walk me. He wants me to put the ball in play. So I thought he was going to throw me a fastball away. He threw me a slider in the dirt, and I swing through it. And I think that pitch kind of make me lock it in a little bit more and make me let the ball travel. We talk about that when a guy throws 94, 95 is a little bit easier, but this guy was throwing 96, 97, almost 98 miles per hour, and it's really hard to let the ball travel and be on time for the fastball. So I felt like what kind of gave me the confidence to do that was the third and fourth pitch. They were fastballs away, and I was able to foul the back to right field, and I was letting the ball travel. And I said, okay, I got time. I can let the ball travel. I'm hitting his best fastball, so let's see what he's going to throw now. So he threw me a bad slider that it was kind of like open in, and then he home one, and I was able to put a good swing on it. But like you say, I wasn't thinking to hit a home run. I mean, everybody knows that I'm not a power hitter. I was just trying to get on base for Shohei to get the opportunity to tie the game with a big swing of our big guy, you know. But I was able to do it.
Did you know it was going out?
I hit it. I knew I hit it good. I was running hard because I thought because of the big fence in left field. But then when I saw the bullpen guys looking up like this, okay, I tied the game.
What did Shohei say to you when you came? Yeah, exactly. Big applause. So you tie the game. Shohei's coming. We always see like a high five. You guys had a little bit of an exchange there. What did he say to you when you came back to the dugout?
Yeah, Shohei flew out in the first pitch to left field. And one thing that happens before that is I'm seeing Blake Snell on the bench is pitching, right? And he have to pitch the bottom of that inning to give us the opportunity to win the game after. And he's just like quiet, like focused on going back to pitch. He was just clapping. Well, when everybody else is screaming like we won the World Series already, you know, that kind of like made me realize that we still got work to do. You know, like we haven't won the game. We just like did something really special because I mean we're down to our last 2 outs. But Shohei, when he flew out, he came back to the dugout. I'm just walking back to put my helmet on the rack. And he just told me that, hey, Miggy, you can't retire now. You have to play for 10 more years.
10 more years.
So I say,
so there you go. You're stuck for 10 more years.
So I play 1 more year with you, and then after that, I'll be coaching or doing something else. But that was special because, I mean, when you put everything on context and how great Shohei's been through his career, not just on the field, but off the field. And the way that he carried himself, the way that he was like working so hard on getting that speech the other day, and it was flawless for the MVP. And I think that's the greatest player of our generation, if not the best player that ever played the game. For him to come to me and say something like that, it means a lot, and it's something that I will take forever.
The one and only Miggy Rojas, our guest on the Petros and Money Show, brought to you by Verizon Wireless. His favorite beer, Sapporo, and his Japanese teammates. You mentioned every team's different. You know, you have different players, you know, either the back of the bench, starters, rotation, you know, all of that. One thing that was different for you was your number. You won a World Series in number 11, and you won a World Series in number 72. For people that don't know, you did that for Roki. Roki came over, he signed, you flip him 11, you go back to your rookie number. What about his abuelo? What about the number 11? So kind of take us through that decision and why it was special. I know you said you mentioned that was kind of special to win it in 72 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I make my debut over 10 years ago, and that was the first number that was gave to me when I came to spring training. I wasn't even supposed to be on the opening day roster for the Dodgers on that year, and they took me to this trip in Australia as a backup player, as a taxi squad guy. And then I make my debut that year, and they asked me what number I wanted to wear. I had a really good spring training, and I got the opportunity to experience my first major league game from the dugout in Australia with them. And I said, you know what, I'm going to wear 72. 72 was a number to me that it means a lot because it was my first opportunity to play in the big leagues in this franchise that is one of the most iconic franchise in sports, not just in baseball. And then having the opportunity to welcome another guy that it was going to help us, and I knew he was going to be big for us, not just in the future, but in that year. And then Roki Sasaki became one of the most loved players on our team because he stepped up big in the biggest situation as a closer, a position that he never pitched before. And I think, I'm not going to take all the credit, but I think that's the reason why we do things for other guys, because you want to make them feel good, make them feel part of the family. And that's another thing about this club. We're not selfish. We're trying to put the ego aside, and we're trying to make everybody feel comfortable, because when you feel comfortable, you're going to perform the way that you're supposed to. And that's what happened to Rocky, and I'm happy that he won a championship with number 11, and hopefully he can go to the World Series, to the Hall of Fame now with that number and remember me.
There you go.
They loved you in Japan for that, right? In Japan, they gave you quite an ovation just because you gave up the number.
Yeah, I mean, my relationship with the Japanese fans, my teammates, obviously Shohei, Yoshi, and Rocky, is being really cool. Ever since we signed Shohei in 24, and then Yoshinobu came along, and last year with Rocky, it's been special. And all the fans in Japan, I want to say thank you to them too, because that's something that I would never imagine that I was gonna be that kind of big time in Japan, just because I play along with Shohei and I do like a little handshake. But now it's beyond that. It's my personality. It's what I like. I like the culture. I like the traditions, and I like the beer. You know, and
hey, Sapporo right in front of us.
I love
Feel free
Sapporo.
to crack it if you want to drink it. I mean, it's that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, I love Sapporo. I love sushi, and I feel like it's a special connection there with the Japanese culture, especially because we have a lot of Japanese people here in LA, and they support us, and they come to the field and they show me love on social media. And I went to Japan, and it was amazing. I was hitting batting practice. I was hitting homers in batting practice, and they were clapping for me. So that was something that I will never forget.
いやー、正直ロハスをもっと好きになって札幌ビール飲みたくなりましたね。派手に打つだけがヒーローじゃない、勝つために自分を消せる男がいる。第7戦の守備も同点弾も、そんな男の準備と覚悟が生んだ瞬間でした。そして大谷のあと10年やれば、ロハスへの最大級のリスペクトで、本当にあと1年ロハスの契約を伸ばしちゃったのかということで、最後までご視聴ありがとうございました。今後もゴータニ TV は大谷翔平とドジャースを応援していきますので、チャンネル登録、コメント、高評価よろしくお願いします。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。